The following feature is rated SM for spiritual maturity and is not intended for the immature who wishes to remain as such. The views expressed are not necessarily those of our sponsors, as they sometimes could care less about what the host is saying, but is more concerned about having their product on a popular show. Warning, small minds, listen at your own risk, as this content is extremely overwhelming and may do further damage to those minds closed off to objective reality. Approach with an open mind, as the heavy nature of the content will lick your chip.
Hey! In the meantime, 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 in between time, in the meantime, in the meantime, in between time, time.
Alright, Purple Nation, bless upon yourself. One more bonus episode 6. The one I entitled The Root of All Evil. Them say money are the root of all evil, but me not think so. The problem is the root of all evil. Where does this evil walk? The evil that make we do terrible things because of money. We'll get into that further down in our program. Do remember to like, share and subscribe and become a member of the channel now. Become a Patreon or just show your support for the channel in any way you can. The support is vital to keep the work coming. I don't want to find out the hard way, so it's up to the eye them to keep this work going, because me alone can't do it.
In the meantime.
This section of In the Meantime is brought to you by Bunx About Kids Party Rentals. It's at BUNX About. Yeah, man. When you want to customize that special experience for your child or just regular patron in general that they will never forget. If you're there Stone Mountain in Atlanta on a Friday night, you miss that original yard style kind of cuisine. Dumplin House have you covered. And my book Planet Earth is also available on a Dumplin House. So you can stop by and support the movement same way. Contact for Bunx About and Dumplin House in our description. In the meantime, it's also brought to you by Renaissance Immigration Services, who deal with all things immigration that Canada. Just call Renaissance now at 437-703-1147-8. The consultation is absolutely free. And as usual, if you're on the American side of immigration issues and you don't know you want a service that is equal to none, you don't know there's Lewis Law Professional Association. Them deal with all things like visa, citizenship, removal of conditions, waivers, and all matters related to immigration in America. You can rest assured see your immigration problem solved. Call them now, 954-530-1717.
In the meantime.
A truth and reality and a dream time. Curly locks, voice box, big up.
Alright, I'll kick off things this week, with a VIP comment. It'll come from Asha Worldview 2017. Him say, greetings, I am new to your channel and I just became a member recently. I have 2 questions. I hope you don't mind. One is, I saw Bounty and Baby Sham recently on stage with Winfred Williams, basically lying about how well their song Blood Clot is doing. I mean, it's a great song, but it's not doing as well as them say. And my question to you is why? Also, don't you think it's a bit hypocritical for Killer to sit there and big up Dave Kelly after calling him Dave Shelley and other demeaning names in songs over the years? I look forward to your feedback. Well, Asha, what you know? I wouldn't say the song do good. I wouldn't say that. When I'm more say for one time it would have exploded already, but as me always say, the things that motivate how people react to everything always a change behind the scene. And therefore, these things are going to change. I bet you did say the line in the song where say, fuckery are going and nobody not talk is a problem. Because if anything, a fuckery are going too long. And that's all people are do. Talk. That's all we've been a do. In my view, too much people are talk and nobody not change. And even the oversimple way we view the meaning of the word hypocrite, where I use that now, my brethren, kind of too simple. And don't allow people to change a point of view if them get a different perspective or outlook further down the line. Because look on the Dave Kelly question, where I ask now, with Killer call him Dave Shelley at one point and I insult him in a song. Yes, him can kick off with Dave. And him and Dave good again. Or even Sham too. Because at a point, them never good either. But who tell us that them not work out that privately, like 2 big people? And them jump off the normal, brother. Just like how we are, and even with siblings, very often can't get along. Because at some point, either we're blind or them blind, to some kind of thing. And I try to figure out where we there and get it wrong. And I conflict that. Once you go around people long term, you have to budget for accept, say you go have misunderstanding. And a whole heap of wordy. A whole heap of fallout. Whole heap. The Dave Kelly thing I know, can be a situation where him rethink him actions. Killer rethink him actions. Like me always say, opinions like all things subject to change with the passage of time. Because every day we learn something new. And we should have be allowed to change the perspective. But the over simple way, how the average person interpret reality, don't allow them to do that. So if a man beat up all a woman, and it's public knowledge at one point, and then later on, him come out, comes the boy, and start speak against, abuse of females. You have woman who are going to say, my hypocrite kind did beat up a woman one time. How people change? Me bumbo clock.
In the meantime.
Alright, so I'm going to jump in and letter you know. We are come to In the Meantime Radio Show at gmail.com. The letter say, hey Vicebox, good night. My name is Carissa. I'm from Ireland. What is? Oh, Atlanta, Georgia. There's a typo there. So. My mother is Jamaican, so I understand the dialect of your show. A friend of mine introduced me to your show some time ago. I have a problem with your arguments related to money and material possessions. I don't think it's possible to do without these things in a civilized world. We are not in the dark ages anymore. This is 2022. You speak of balance, yet you ask women to risk entering relationships with broke men or risk losing time with people they may not end up with forever. Firstly, I will never settle for a man that I am smarter or richer than. A PhD should go with another PhD, and money should go with money. This is common sense. What would it profit me to be with a broke-ass man when I am a high achiever who recently made partner in one of New York's biggest law firms, and I achieved this and much more by the age of 38, and yet I can't find a man of my own. Men are so dumb they can't choose this good pussy rich girl over their wives. They got me fucked up if they think I'm going to settle for being anything less than a wife. I need to see the ring from jump. Rascal, no. Alright, continue to say. Seeing what happened to my mom, I don't want to be a single mother. So unless a man is willing to put a ring on it, I'm going to keep stepping. And oh, you are such a hypocrite and self-contradictory person who at one point is talking about balance and spiritual maturity, and then the next point, you're calling women termite and John Crows. I don't know what happened between you and your mother or whosoever hurt you, but y'all need to sort it out so you can actually start taking your own advice about spiritual maturity. Ah boy, Jaja. Wanna hear that? I could have overlooked that letter, but you know why I read it? Because it reinforces everything I say about how the average person does process everything as one simple black or white thing without looking at details. Right? Alright, Carissa, for your information, if you must know, I actually threw away. Termite are actually my brother thing. And don't you dare stand up, sit down, lie down there, where you're there, and say like most people, it no matter, cause I'm not twin. Purple Nation, and so she passionate. Does she know what she say? You see the strong opinions where she farm? And don't realize that she don't know one fuck what she say. Wanna think of she alone? Alright, Carissa, you write in, and of course your letter still welcome. And you'll give me perspective on what you say, regardless of what you say or how you say it. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion, even if you're brain damaged. And that is not a disrespect. Because if something wrong with the way you interpret reality, then you're technically brain damaged. And don't feel alone, and not really you alone, the average person. Alright, so first thing first, yeah. There is nowhere pa any episode of In the Meantime when me ever say we fi do it on material things or say them no meant to serve some vital purpose. So you either not really listen or you not listen to understand. Just the answer. So you and billions of women across the globe about also no want to own a man, and you know for like the millionth time, this is not a realistic goal. It is not. Go back to one of the earliest episodes, well, even more than one, and you will hear when me tell woman, you know, about the own man, something there. And, you know, for most episodes, you hear me say every problem is a maths problem. Me suspect Say you pass 38 because you say by your 38 you make partner in a law firm. So me go say again. The reality is that if you're a day past 17, you will never have your own man. Because woman are 2 times the amount of man in our earth. So man are always occupied. And the time them when them single is always a small window. So if it's a day over 17, the chance, so you're going to have a man for yourself. Very, very, very bleaky. It's slim. Unless you're going to be a pedophile. And as a matter of fact, if a youth at 12, you have to go fight that little bumpy face one day for him, you know. Where I don't kiss him in a bathroom at lunchtime, you know. Now imagine somebody in them 30s or 40s. Imagine a woman in them age range there. I go expect, say a man in a similar age range or older, I go single. Or better yet, drop them woman or them wife for you, simply because you exist, pretty in a dress, and they on Instagram. And Carissa, me what you know, I don't have no feelings of ill will towards you. Because I understand you. I understand why you think the way you think. I mean, I try to tell you what you do. Or think me know all. I just offer you a different perspective. How you interpret it for your business. I not look upon human being like them them essentially evil. And that evil is them nature. If you read Planet Earth, you will see some beliefs that people good at them core. Them have the greatest intentions. We all have basic human needs, you know, for love, for admiration, attention, and to be understood. And how we believe so we go about achieving these natural things. We cause human beings to become evil. Or to do evil things. So Carissa, for this fairy tale where you live in, where you say, boy, a man for just drop everything and just marry you. No. Is delusional. Most of them now fight this Miss-Independent struggle because I don't know what I even understand, you know. And can't explain, you know. Or just follow the narrative kite in a style. It's a trend. Alright. If you don't say no man can program, you know. Well, guess what? You forget how long me telling about old McDonald. I am the capitalists who create every other is. You know. From racist, feminist, sexist, you name it. I am. Yeah, man, I am choose your friend, your enemy. I am tell you what you wear, when to wear it. What you hear, when to hear it. You don't never think for yourself from a ban. If you think for yourself, you could have choose a man despite what the world says about him. But when they follow the crowd who said that not cool, you can do no such thing. So you just go through the entire world and be a selection. You know, no choice. If good girl come back in a style right now, none of them member bad bitch. And that's for the same reason why we can look back on some fashion where we used to wear. I wonder how we did ever like that. That never happened to me yet. That's because we never like it. A program to follow what everybody like. And the same thing for every battle where we fight. Most of the hungry way them battle they call them a wear. We truly don't have no feelings of our own. But enough of what we say. I wear it, I wear. And we just want to line up with popular opinion. We never go to church or school, go clap and do like we don't know the words of the song yet. I end up all both in a song. I say, be a fuckery. But no matter what them people I can't left with today, you know how you mean. We know that song you too. But the same thing them woman here do, so them can't upset me. Me have compassion for them. So Carissa, not follow nobody. Well, you done follow already. And waste a portion of time, but for that little girl who just get caught up in a feminist movement, yeah, ease off. Don't waste a young life. Not do it. So you want to look on this thing now. This different perspective. Again, at the core, most humans want the same thing. And are really good people. And the deepest part of them. So most of them put on a mask to protect themselves from a cruel world that has been made so because of mankind's misunderstanding of their own mind. And therefore this gross misinterpretation of reality will cause the world to so wicked. And cause the average person to need the protection or need what them think is the protection of this mass, which essentially is the ego identity. So I'll tell you woman them when I tell one of my sister in the other night who have the same exact identical issues. See yourself in a 2-stage. And I talk directly to Carissa now. And indirectly to women who have the same problem. The good person where you are at your core, where you can't show the world. And the mask, which is the ego, where you imply to protect that self. Picture that real self there in the middle of the sea, on a boat, surrounded by whole heap of shark and alligator. Yeah man, locust gone wild. And your true self wonder man the way I go come rescue you. And them have to swim through them shark there and them alligator there. And them crocodile if you do it. But the mask where you wear, where you employ if you protect you, the ego it depend on the sun. A interview or a convince a man to swim through the shark, forget to you. Now the ego of the manager they know where you think I protect you. And the way you think it is and it don't represent your best interest. But I always have 1 foot in and 1 foot out just in case. And when the ego they know chat about a man like him and a body or chat to a man like him and a body and measure him by money and material. The man nah see the girl on the boat. He must see the ego will look same like her. And him not willing to swim through the shark. Because the ego him think are really you. Turn him off. Because what you don't realize too. Him have a good youth. In him. At him core. On a boat too. But him wants somebody to swim through the sharks. And the alligator them. So him can be the person when have to wear a mask. With that same person there. We're willing to go through the same struggle or challenges. But him go through for she. All the man are going to measure you by. Or your ego will interview him for the job. And I tell him about good tight pussy and all them are going to see somebody who can't even take them head out of who are going to pay for the dinner long enough to even fucking enjoy the dinner. Somebody who can't work out something as simple as that, like an adult. They know them are going to work out having a baby. Or they might cover up this new liberated talk anything will come out of the mouth. Kind of woman has confidence, but are really a mask where hide the real you. And the mask create a barrier to contentment for the one on the boat. Because the ego don't like vulnerability. And without expose yourself to that, you're done. Matter of fact, you're not going to ever start. What do you think most psychologists recommend when they have a client who are afraid of certain things? Let's say they're afraid of heights or they're afraid of plane then. They're afraid of flying. Them carry them go up on the heights there, even little. You understand? You carry it till you end up on it and realize all of the fear where you have of this thing in your own mind and you create it. And I drive yourself crazy. Yeah man, them carry them drive you go within a certain proximity at the airport. Until you end up in a which part and check in, until you end up go through, until you end up fly. And realize everything where you did think about the plane, then in your own mind. Because if you don't know this thing or ever expose yourself to this thing yet, everything where you think about it, or you create it. We should have a stale news alert before that, you know. You have to work on your fear and you have to be willing to take a risk. And this advice, you know, across every level of relationship, work or otherwise. And all of we go through some kind of trauma or some kind of fucked up thing at some point. But you have to be mindful, so the man the way I try to make love him have him own shit, you know. Him go through him own shit, you know. Him have him own hell and him darkness where him go through too, you know. And again, the same thing where you want, him want that too. You have to just tame your ego. Can't misinterpret reality. And the ideal man is not some handsome prince with nothing wrong with. But it's a living, breathing human being who willing to manage and organize what's wrong with him. All him need is somebody to help him carry the burden where it take to manage that. Let me show you what happened to you. If you don't go and play the attention game. Because I know say enough I want to know better no matter what the fuck you want to say. You play a clip with an alleged ex-African supermodel. A high or perhaps a higher achiever than Carissa. She played the feminist empowerment game. I never realized a time ago. And that the good person in her who does truly want to be loved and that genuine human desire that were natural. I go always want to wait one. No matter how she try to talk herself out of it. But that this always happen to them because the attention make them not focus on time. Stale news alert again. Remember me always telling you why people 10 times wiser when them older? Because the attention and the value of society used to place upon them. Done. So them get time to think them have nothing but time. Scaling now on no while the body soup again. Alright, this I reach you now.
Hi guys. I'm so sad right now because I just came to a realization these past few days have been so hard for me. Cause you know how men say that women have toxic feminism and you'll get to a certain age and like no one will want to marry you and no one will love you. Like, I feel like I've gotten to that point, guys. Like, I was so hung on to this feminism thing and I missed out on marriage and on children. And now, like, I'm at a point in my life where, like, I'm so bitter. I'm so jealous of people who have marriages because they are so happy and the husbands don't even cheat on them. And, like, men are just the best. You know, like, right now is when I'm realizing, like, I can't do without them. And right now I'm like, I don't care, like, if you are rich or poor, tall, dark, handsome, ugly, me, I don't care, by the way. As long as you're a man and you're breathing, like, that's the only qualification I need because I'm just so desperate for a husband. Like, there's a lot of pressure around me, so if you can deal me and propose, I swear I'll behave and I'll marry you immediately. I'll wash your clothes, I'll cook for you, I'll have your children and I'll be obedient and a submissive wife because that is what you guys want. I'm no longer a feminist, guys. I'm so.
You see that girl that wanna watch, wanna say happily married, I'm very jealous of. Make them telling them story. I guess when I guess it, you know. What you have in your head is a liar, you make it up. Some things, enough of them women they go through your bar like water. It's enough of a friend who say I post them happy marriage. If you ever hear some drama where them go through with all the man family before them end up married, you know, you're the many embarrassments that you go through. Because they having a woman and baiting. You know, have to love with Dolly house and grow up, man. Because most of them don't authentic. With nothing you want to say. Because I feel it's different rules, they're on different level. But nothing go so. You not even know say act on act. And I put on a show for everybody. Because for example now, I see woman, you know, when in one area of them life, them committed to help the poor. Them a run soup kitchen and them very compassionate, kind, considerate. I would have spent them last for help out the homeless. But in our next era of them life, them take with them husband to pick me and put him out for homeless. Right now, to all that fuckery with the woman, them a go on and that woman don't need man fuckery. I go on. Right now, to all that I go on. It I go reach to the point when, as a matter of fact, it reach already. A point where man completely give up on the idea of a woman who him used to have. Because the idea of a woman where used to make them worth fighting for just gone. There is no borders, no boundaries, there is no discipline. And just everything goes. The new girl had a turn off man and a hole for a woman, you know. And the sex object where them claims that them no want to be are the only thing where them are going to end up, you know, being seen as because them reach a point where them a fight for be good for nothing else but fuck. And most of the top tell lie. Because I don't love, not like I don't love people, man. The ball out about own man. I get still. Consciously no believe so no one man for yourself. But the subconscious is a different complete story. Because most of them are not mature enough to live without the excitement of the competition with other women over the man. Make them man they drop them wife right now and married, you know. I don't know so fast and boring. Only maturity can handle familiarity and discipline. Still news alert. Most of them not pick me in a big woman body. And pick me I go always look somebody to play with, not somebody to stay with. Look what happened to me with Zion. Remember as a woman have him, you know. And despite the greatest desire, him end up meet a tragic fate. Me should have stopped. And I want no more woman because of that. Me just stop and say, boy, this not go happen to me again and just done. But how me don't know? If a silver lining there behind the dark cloud, me just have to brave and just go and walk. And bravery is not a lack of fear. It's a willingness to battle fear, fight it. For the results where you want. You have to walk the walk. Because the talking and the bag of imagining and just a picture baiting just drive you crazy. You have to just fight the battle and hope you're not dead. Life and a fairy tale. The happily ever after is not happy. It's contentment with the facts that you're not always happy. Yeah, man, me got you whole heap. And through it all, me still standing. Me always okay? No. Do I understand that? Yeah. It is what it is. Rain a go fall. Complaining about the rain are just nice. Get on, brother.
In the meantime.
In the meantime and in between time, what is coming is coming.
This next section of the program is brought to you by Renaissance Immigration Services. They are the absolute apex of immigration services in Canada. Yeah, man, them is a team of dedicated professionals who believe, say, as long as there was a way into your immigration problem, there is always a way out. Call Renaissance now. 437-703-1147. Right up to 8. And do remember the consultation is absolutely free. Free.
Chicks the king of the purple nation. When we say purple, we mean that.
At this point, I'm going to remind you, them say, Planet Earth is available at Twin Gates Plaza, a place named Cellular Repairs. It's available at selected locations of Kingston Bookshop. And it's available at JA Deals, you don't know, right across from the bus center, the plaza where Mother's Day. You know what I mean? And you can get it on jadeals.com. And they accept all modes of payment. And they also do COD, cash on delivery. That is where you buy the book online and pay a fee when it reach your door. If you have limited time, you can get a discount when you enter a promo code. I'm going to put the link to all of that in the description. Plus, I'm going to pin it in the comment section.
In the meantime.
Alright, so I'm going to play an excerpt. Meaning something where you take out or something. I'm going to play an excerpt, an audio excerpt from a video where a couple people well sent to me. But before I play it yourself for the item, I play it for a whole heap of people. And a good 85% to 90% of people say, boy, it licked the nail on the head. No truer words have ever been spoken and whole heap of something. So I want to hear full opinion on it. See it here.
I always tell this story about entrepreneurship. I teach a lot of graduating cohorts of engineers. And because a lot of those guys have deals, and I like to do at Harvard, MIT, all these places. And we had a night class a few years ago. I'll never forget it. There's a guy up at the top, and these cohorts are like 600 people, some of these big classrooms. And it's a 3-hour session. That's long, 6 to 9 at night. We're almost at 9. And this guy puts up his hand who hasn't contributed anything all night. You start to figure out who's not doing anything, right? After 3 hours. He says, listen, I got to ask you a question. I said, well, yeah, it's 5 minutes to 9. You're finally contributing something. He says, no, this is a tough one. I've been running this business out of my dorm, and I'm about to graduate. It's a cloud business that provides compliance software for hedge funds that have $250 million or less, which is a niche business. Yeah. I'm making about $5 million a year in free cash flow. And I said, I don't hear a problem. You haven't even graduated and you've got an outstanding business and you're doing it part-time. He said, that's not the problem. My fiance came to me today and said that she's going to leave me. And I said, why? Because I'm not spending any time with her family. I don't have any time on weekends. I can't go out to the soccer games with her nephews and stuff. And I just can't because I'm so busy and I got to keep my business going. I got to graduate my degree. What do I do? Now the class is like you could hear a pin drop in there, right? And I said to him, wow, okay, I'm not Dr. Phil, but let me give you some advice here. Which one is easier to replace? The girlfriend or the business? I mean, you got to ask that question. You're making $5 million a year, and every woman in this class now knows this.
All right, what I just hear is, an excerpt from a video. This is the audio from that video there where a brother named Kevin O'Leary, a millionaire from Canada. So I want to really think about that. Lick the nail on the head. I don't want to think, man. You can type in right or wrong, then hard for type. And speaking about type, for people who not even usually get involved in the comment and the interaction, just type in just a simple 4-letter word, Zion, if the show you mean anything to the item. Whether during the live or when the live pass. Them interaction help with the algorithm. So all interactions, whether it be likes, shares, or comments in any kind of way, help with the algorithm and help forget the program. In front of more people. I move Purple Nation forward. Thousands of the items that can't too much for ask. Alright, so watch you know. A good portion I want to just type in right. All if you don't actually type it in. And that's alright, but make we analyze this. I have to mention too. Say, it's not just man or just woman typing right. Or agree, say, the argument they right. And yet with such a belief, we see one another as we enemy. Man versus woman. And we can't see so we endorse a mindset in the earth, especially in the West. We go against any kind of progress in the relationship them we want. We look on the world too simple and it turn the whole away in some little picnic. I imagine we self as some great superhero and the next person as the villain. And we learn so if we conquer the world outside. And when I say the world, I mean the people and the things. We unite. While we are suppressed and are run from the world inside. The audio when I just play, show no yet. What I always say. But whole heap of the people we are the most educated. Who no member or who no know, make me refresh you know. No matter how much education or knowledge an individual have, if the mind will interpret the information will shape them reality, is not free from the one-dimensional way how almost everybody else interpret reality, then it's useless. Because again, if you don't go into the details of nothing, then you can't know where you truly see. Because the opinion where you form is ill-advised, and therefore you give people ill advice. You hear what the man say him said to the youth? The man say, I don't see a problem. And ask him, what easier to replace, the woman or the business? And as usual, the two idiots on the panel just hacking them teeth. Savage! Savage! It was entertainment. And him sit down, they're glad for be the entertainer. But him never asked the little youth, why that woman is so important here? What part she play in the building of the business here? In terms of support or otherwise. Him just immediately assume says a modern girl, so the whole of them are must idiot. Think it intelligent if you think that way there. As much as a great majority of them are fucking idiot. The advice when him give you last, I don't want to make most of we suffer. They want to put money as the focal or central point of our life. I mean, I think he even realize how dangerous the advice there is to human being. The man basically say, what you worry about? Every girl in the class just here say you make $5 million a year. So the advice then I tell him say, oh, money is everything. And you don't need nothing else for success in your life but money. And it's not Kevin opinion this, you know, it's an entire system rooted in another belief, you know. That's how we socialize this is success, you know. And that socialization, yeah, is the root of all evil. And there's an evil walk when you have them kind of belief there. And there's an evil walk coming in your life. And there's some money start use we and we stop use it. All McDonald tell you for we ban. Say money itself is the end all and be all. You don't need none. So we end up get up every day and compete. So we can have the most sight. You know, after hear the whole world where we are trying to conquer, so we are the biggest thing, the richest thing. And we end up so busy and maintain that we lose the one thing. What we can't do without if we're going to survive the hell named earth. And that a relationship. And that a right across the board, you know, every kind of relationship. Because when money come in, you know, especially if you're famous and love the limelight, you know, you lose all genuine opinion. All genuine opinion gone. You become a walking ATM. Like the one where Kevin advised this little youth have to become. Money and where people think about it often squeeze you, the person, out of your own life. And nothing now go ever be about you again. Remember me tell you that? You don't see game. You don't see man and woman do the same things in a different way. You don't see whole heap of man hype with money and think them are the center of attention. And think it's all about them. And them don't know say them stop exist. The moment them start use money as them ID. Because everybody now start come to them forget it. And then become totally the opposite of being the center of attention where they think them are going to achieve. When them start hype with money. Them, or even you, if you follow this, money is all you need, mindset become totally invisible. And everything where you ask for become yes. So the genuine feedback where you need in order to learn and grow, stop come. Because all people want to benefit from either your fame and or money. And usually when you find out that the hype not real, or when you're broke, or fame and follow you. Because the people who used to gas you up did so good that make you feel unstoppable. And never have no in them vocabulary. Because them is dead all about themselves, they're not business with you. You never even notice anything a mash up because you're addicted to that feeling there. That's how them turn Steven Spielberg upon you. Cut! Number change. And that's how them find back genuine opinion figure. And usually at that point, the opinion them not good. And that's how you end up stuck in a depression over one way. Help and them now look upon you now. Same thing with them and them young and pretty and at now at 20 and 19. And everybody pack up in them inbox and them believe the hype. Every man I tell them what them want to hear. And the 1 and 2 man I tell them what them need to hear. Them don't make up their mind, say them their enemy already. And still news again. Time is not a real construct for most people when they're young. Because them live in a euphoric state will make them kind of high. After the value people put on them because them young. Old age of a mommy and daddy. Them distracted completely from the ideas that time have passed. That's why for most people, old age is a sudden, a swift thing. Becoming like a disease where them suddenly catch. And I ask how. Because them swap the time where them should have practiced certain things and I try to get them life in order before them reach certain age. For attention. Money or whatever means of trade at any point in a human evolution did meant for buy time or afford with time, quality time. It did meant for put we in a position where we can afford to have time for our life. This is my belief. But we lose time at chase money. Because all McDonald trick we. So happiness is when you get to a place where nothing else now go ever go wrong. Again, when you reach the top. A top will not exist. And most of we don't know. But it's because we not think for ourselves. Because we not have time. The system do the thinking for we. And this done the entire world in a Neverland. A place where almost nobody now grow the fuck up. Them just juvenile forever. Think of how juvenile it is for things that you go get to a point where nothing else now go ever go wrong. And for your born till now things are go wrong. At which part of the place there? Yet we no question nothing and just remain stuck in a fantasy idea of success where make almost nobody no care about nobody and not even know. It make everybody that look smart for use and not be useful too. Because we socialize for selfish. Look how much big man you see right now. Make the man them spend how much money on them and carry them, fly them all over the world and bring them to a hotel and no one give man no pussy. Even though them boy they are idiot. Fucking idiot. That you don't forget. You no rate to no blood clot self. I bet you enough of no pit me a dead for young girl and no baby mother in a food stamp blood clot line. When I spend how much $1,000 from brown in a chicken up on IG. Me no sorry for enough of you know. Hot girl you know and hot girl you no get. You know what I mean now? When me say most man are the same bitch where them love criticize. Just like how a girl get a wild man and want to prove to herself so she can tame him. I same thing whole heap of man I do too. You know the girl them a style from you hear them talk. But you just want to prove so you can change them and then a ball on the place. PhD no mean nothing. Most people spiritually circumcised. You gotta tell a man. Alright, you tell me then. So I'm glad to be a walking ATM. So me if I present myself to the world as an opportunity to be exploited and then ball when me I get exploited. The idea is me I fuck somebody and she not see me all no a Benjamin Franklin head upon my body. She can pass me a road and I know me. Me want to say hot boy hot when you come at me you know. Me know when you lie down and me I tolerate my sex because you have a bag of problem and you want me solve them. Look round you and ask if that type of thinking this money is all really intelligent. People with them PhD. I say, you know, money can buy love. Money can buy a genuine opinion, basically. People can really believe that money is all you need and think them intelligent. Money can't buy the contentment of spirit. What we need to function at the highest level as a human being. Money can buy Wi-Fi, but not the type of connection to nature where it go take to survive a world where you might suddenly end up having to do without it. And we are ignore the destruction with that kind of thinking here. But money I lead to, You don't see it? You don't blind? Everybody disconnect. And this is the devil why, After a while, the average man I got just make up their mind. Say, every girl is just a fucking whore. Without guess or spell him, now look into nothing. And the approach them I got take. To all of them. And this I got on the few who that try to manage them vagina into the whore where they must say to themselves right now. Say, alright, might as well. Can't no make no sense. Cause so the man them see them anyway. And they can only get worse from this. So. We are drift from one another in every level of relationship. Everybody gone in their own world. I try to be the man. Especially woman now. A bad man them. No matter what we think about money, we're going to suffer internally, If we not stop to understand so we not make for live so, We make for cooperate. And everyone play them role when nature designed them for play. But everything we believe make the cooperation the fucking impossible. No amount of money can buy a genuine relationship or genuine camaraderie. As long as we live that kind of life though we can't satisfy with nothing, we're going to suffer. I can't say enough say the courage to be irrelevant alone can't save people. But they have to grow up in order to see that. They have to reach a part to make all the state of me no happy. If you don't reach this, everything will bother you for the rest of your life. The part where them realize that there is no richest person. The part where them realize if they used to shit in a scandal bag and fling it away in a bush because they never have a toilet and now them have 10 million US, them rich too. Even though them friend them have 100 million or 100 billion. You're one of the rich them. The advice I'm going to give anybody at all right now, we are trying to reach a certain level in them life before a certain time, is simply this. Whether you're on your own or is a couple, give yourself a realistic figure when you consider to compare to who you was at a particular point in our life. Where you then now. So let's say, for example, one like a 500,000 I have saved is not enough to uno. In a full subjective consciousness to how uno look on it. 500,000 US, by the way. That not enough for you. Then sit down with one another then. Or sit down with yourself. Sit down with one another and say, how much money? Let's say the husband has said to the wife, say, how much money to that take to you if you say, okay, you're contented. Something realistic though. And let us just say, boy, she say, alright, and if you say, assets and between assets and certain things where say I got turn money to same way. You don't want to have a 10 million save. And let's say you're in the position to realistically save such a money. Just add on 5 more upon that. And then make a vow to yourself. So when you achieve that, you're not going to live. Whatever come in after that, that's extra blessing. Don't compare yourself to nobody else but to yourself. You ever hear them say that yet? You have to be your own competitor. Look back on where you come from and compare only to one then now. Who know alone in a focus span. Not somebody with one yacht over you, one jet over you. And that make you suffer. Stop and live because you got dead. What me I say from your youth is that everybody we alive don't realize, never stop to realize it. So every year we then live out. Every single one we then live out. The date where them actually got dead in the future one day. Pass them every day, But we're not programmed to see we self having a limited time. Again, like myself in a million times, everybody else I got dead. And we all got the funeral. We have to cut out that. We not got all, we not got ugly, and we not got dead. None of we can't run from them things. Enough people don't know what Bob Marley mean when him say, some people so poor all them have his money. Buy time with money. And stop ignore quality time through money. We are suffer because we're too busy to live. And this is the exact reason why a whole heap of poor people happier than majority of rich people. Yeah man, a whole heap of people just know say right now, just take up a one sardine and rare and go in bed and him watch a one show and call it a day and not to bother him that way there. Yeah man, them there laugh and knocking them teeth, same way and a whole of joy. Give them some money. Straight misery. You know why? Because that's how them actually start get broke. With the more money with them have, because them start lose time and chase the money to maintain an idea of life that is not really living. Because all it really boils down to is them showing people say them rich. But in reality, them not have no time for really stop to enjoy it. So technically them broke. Most of them broke because them far removed from life itself. Yeah man, everything now become about status, how them look to others and putting on the show. And them lose touch with that genuine satisfaction they when them used to have with everything when them did poor. Them never know so them to keep that same approach there to life when them start getting money. And that's why them get broke, I don't know, when them get money. If you bring certain things to them what them used to do when them poor, like eat like a chicken back, yeah, so and rave, them turn idiot. And say, this them. They never say, some girl look with some man take up, I used to fight roach for dinner. And I say, turn which can meal give dog? Give me that. You must say, man take up them there and they reach a certain level. And start going like them band pan the tune in England. Money more destructive than helpful. If you don't have a mind for help, you use it. And only a mature mind can do that. Life not half as hard as how we view it. You know? And we make it so tough. With the way we see it. And because of this, nobody know have nothing over we kind of mindset. Mankind did meant for just can afford literally to eat every single day. If you have a roof over them head, a good vehicle, and a good toilet. Anything else are just extra blessing.
Oh! In the meantime, 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 in between time. Time, in the meantime, in the meantime, in between time. Time.